Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 132, Calculus with Applications, Section 10.1, Problem 3. This is Section 10.1, Problem 3. It says for each graph shown below, use the vertical line test to determine if it is a function or not a function. So what you want to see is if you draw a vertical line through the graph at any point you can, if it'll only touch one spot at a time, or if you can find places where to touch two at a time, that would break the rule. So the first graph, which is what you would call a parabola, it's kind of like a bowl. Wherever I put a vertical line, it's only going to touch in one spot at a time. And basically, how far out you go on the x-axis is what you're using as an input, and how high up or down you go before you hit the graph is the output. So any input I choose can only have one output. So the first one is a function. Oops. Now, as I go over one to the right, there are many places where I can put a vertical line where I would hit more than one spot at a time. So that breaks the vertical line test, breaks the rule. So if I put in a value for x that's a little to the right of the origin, there are three different possible outputs I could get. So you break the rule. So that second graph that looks kind of like a big S is not a function. It is a type of graph, but it's not a function. Now, as I go back down and to the left, I have a graph that looks like kind of three triangles together, a little bit of a zigzag. Wherever I put a vertical line, it will only cross that graph in one spot at a time. So that one is a function. It satisfies the rule. Then as I move over one to the right, I have a diagonal straight line. Doesn't quite go through the origin. It's about 45 degrees and misses the origin by just a little bit to the left. Wherever I put a vertical line, it will only hit the graph in one spot at a time. So this one also is a function. And then two more, as I go back down and over to the left, what I have essentially is a circle centered at the origin. There are many places where I could put a vertical line which would cross more than one spot at a time. So the circle is not a function. So again, it is a type of graph. It's not that it's wrong or anything wrong with it, but it's not a function. Being a function has certain specific rules. So the circle is not a function. And the last graph is a vertical line that is a little to the right of the origin. And again, because it's vertical, there's an infinite number of spots that a vertical line would hit. Essentially, a vertical line would go right on top of it. So that last one is not a function. And again, it is a type of graph, but it's not a function.